Welcome back to Factorio. I'm Darkstar, and let us continue with Bobs and Angels. Now, in the previous episode, what we did is we did trees. So we did lots and lots of wood down here. It's doing pretty well at the minute. All of these are producing now, and this is almost completely full. So yeah, doing pretty well there. I also did a little bit of cleanup around here with the washing plants. I figured we've already got enough mud to support this, and mud is just here anyway, so it's not a big deal. We can just move things around. I've got a lot of the materials that I need. The only thing I really need to do now, and what we'll be working towards in this episode, is fixing the catalyst situation. So we need geodes, more than what washing is providing us, because we're just simply not getting enough. That's the sitch we're in. So we need to wash for more geodes, and another thing I would like us to do as well is bring the slag over here and process it. I'm also thinking as well of potentially building another station here to filter thermal water to get mineral sludge. So we've got a few things that I've got in mind. Firstly, however, is we need to add more trains to the network. As if we didn't have enough. I don't even know how many trains we have. How many do we have? 102 trains. That's a fair number. Cool. So I'm just going to get half of these here and half of those here. The reason for this is so we can start mining the slag, essentially. Mining the slag? What am I talking about? No, picking up the slag from the main base so we can start emptying it. Let's copy these, put them up. Perfect. So you're going to come to slag. Now, one of the things, just to mention, the slag station, I've put a train limit on it because slag is also being used for concrete, obviously. So, yeah, I didn't want to create a train jam. We've done that. Now we are going to go back over to where we're processing the crushed stone into slag slurry. I think I'm going to pick up some more cables first, though. Let's just do that quickly. Maybe some more loaders. That'd be nice. Let's pick up more of these. Why not? So 250 fast. And 200 bulks. Plenty there. I think we've got enough regular belt. Now let's grab the cable that I was actually talking about. So let's update these. And here we go. We've got 200 of those now. Perfect. So let's head towards where we're doing slag processing. Or slag slurry processing, at least, anyway. Let's just park right here. Now, I think slag comes in this way, doesn't it? Yeah. So let's place the silo right here. Place you guys down. Offset that. And there we go. And then we'll have two outputs, I think. Hello, cat. How can I help? What's up? Okay. So I'm going to copy all of this. Now, I also want to upgrade a lot of these things too, except... No, don't want to do that actually. Discard changes. Did I actually blueprint it? No. So let's grab this. Correct blueprint. I'm just going to place it down here. I'm going to create a new upgrade planner. We're going to go from liquefier 2s to 3s. And we're going to go from power poles 2s to 3s as well. Cool. Now if we use this, we can do that one. Save. And now we can place this down. Let's do this too. And do that. I think that's everything. Should I do that? I'm going to give my cat some attention because she's not pleased with me, it seems. You want attention, you can jump up, you know. All that meowing. Like an old lady now. You're not a baby. Okay. Now we've done that, let's come to the map view and let's change these recipes to use slag instead. Now let's do that. And let's do that. That gets rid of all the slag that we have at the very least. So that's going to empty pretty sharpish. And looking over here, we only have another 14,000 in there anyway. I mean, I've made a train do this, but I'm just thinking I could have just belted it, couldn't I? Doesn't matter anyway. But yeah, getting more slag slurry at the very least. Meaning that it's getting processed. What is on this? Why isn't it going this way? So we just want to filter that, yeah. Oh, I see. Is there a better way of doing that? Okay. Let's put you like that. And then the empty filter frames can go there. So at least they'll all go around now. Okay. At least we're making a lot more mineral catalyst now. Enough so that we might have enough for an actual train's worth. But that's only part of the problem. Now, the next thing that we would need to do as well is we need to do some filtering. Now, I think I looked at potentially doing the thermal processing here. Now, we don't have a lot. I'm going to increase this to 125%. No, 150%. Yeah. So we've got 12 wells, essentially. Let's increase this to 150 as well. Nope. Nope, that's not how many we need. Thermal water. I think it's about 8. 8 seems about right. But how do we get this in? That's the question. So I could bring the thermal water this way. That's not a problem. And then I could potentially put the filtering there instead. Let's change this to a Mark II radar and remove this. Remove this as well. And let's do it, shall we? So let's have this coming that way. Let's place the signals, otherwise it's going to jam. It's like we don't know what to do. So, thermal water processing. So I want to have a big tank here, and we're just going to pump stuff into it for now. All we're going to do. I'm going to limit this to 2 trains. No, 1 train. You know what, actually, I am going to limit to 2 trains. Because we could have a train here and a train there. There's enough space. Okay. Now we've done that. Now I actually need to go and mine the thermal water. Now I've already got the thermal water bores. Just need my train now. My car is just down there. Okay. What are you wanting to do? See, okay. Okay. So there are 2 places we found thermal water so far. I did not want to do that, and no, I definitely don't want to do that. My driving skills are not that good. Quite the opposite, even. Right. I think we're going to do thermal water station right here. Let's move the car out of the way. I don't want it to get destroyed. Are we missing a few rail signals here? We are. Should have been one there. Never mind. It's fixed now. Let's put a mine down. Or a train station. And we're just going to call this Stable Water. We'll have one of these. I don't expect it to get filled anytime soon though, because it's quite slow, this process. And we'll do this and that. Okay. Ooh, a garden. Let's pick that up. Now I am mindful we've got biomass just up there. Now let's place these down. These are massive. I don't remember them being this big. Let's remove some more trees so I can actually move around. Okay. Let's see. Let's do you to you to you. Yep, there is space here. Not sure why I didn't connect straight away, but never mind. We're going to have a regular power pole come here, I think. Connect these up. That's everything powered, right? Should be. So we use thermal water for a lot of other things. It's not just to turn it into sludge. The other things we're going to be using it for is to make lithium. Make lithium salts with it. We'll use lithium for like batteries, like higher tier robots. I think it's used in some science as well. Five and a half. That's super fast. Nice. So, oh hello. What is wrong here? You want to go there. Fine, but there is some kind of break. Because there's no signals there. I see. Let's fix that. It might be that we only need one station. You know what? We are going to use... Sorry, we are going to use one station, but we are going to use 2 trains. So again, I'm going to limit this to 2. Let's go down this way, and let's fix the rail situation there. I'm dangerous using these. Okay. This has been destroyed. Cool. So we needed signals this way because it was confused otherwise. Need signals here too. However, I'll just crash into that again. However, I want to build a T-junction here. I think I've got one as a... let's get rid of that, I don't need that. Cat, can you stop jumping all over me? T-junction. Okay, then let's do... Let's do that. Let's use the blue versions of these. Now it shouldn't have issues trying to go into here anymore. Let's try and repair the trim. And put this down here. Okay. So we've done thermal water. And I'm going to come this way. I would like us to go to thermal water. Do a full cargo. And then processing empty cargo. So we've got our two trains sorted out. Now let's do 12. I feel like we're getting quite a lot of it anyway. And let's head this way. Down here. Yeah. We'll place it right in here. So these are actually slightly easier to make. So I'm going to put them right up here. I'm going to do this one with coal filters again. We just want copy. Yep, just like that. Well, let's do them the other way around. That makes more sense. We are going to take in that way and output that way. Let's do you to you. Perfect. And I think that's 12, right? Almost 12. Okay. So you're going to filter the empty frames to the other side, please. And you're going to bring the fat, change it to that. And you're going to not filter anything at all. Let's put these on the inside track, I think, as well. Let's read both of these. Okay. So we're going to have some of them come this way, like that. And we'll also have the frames that we don't want coming in like this. Ooh, hello. And I want you to go up that way. Let's put you here. I'm going to copy you. And come like that. Use a different color. Let's go yellow for this, I think. Now, I would like to put a large one of these down. The reason I'm doing this is just to carry signals. We're just going to do the same read anyway. So if it's less than, yeah, 400 seems reasonable. Enable this if we have a yellow signal, please. Perfect. We can see this number increase. Perfect. And that stops. And we should see all of these go down. I needed to read both of these. Because obviously we've put 400 on here, but it doesn't look like 400, does it? Just realised as well, kind of done things slightly wrong. Can fix it though. It's a really simple fix. And it'll fix itself again once it comes around. And let's put these on the outside. Wonderful. Now, next thing I want to do is the mineral sludge. So, I'm going to have pipes come this way. And we are going to connect it to the main mineral sludge reservoir. Yeah, just connect. Cool. However, I want it to prioritize slag. And I want it to prioritize crushed stone. So, I'm going to get it to come here. This is where, yeah, we have the mineral sludge coming in. I'm going to put in a pump here. And I'm just going to say, if this is less than sludge, there we go. It's less than 100,000. And I don't want you to operate. I want you to stop. Because we can store quite a bit in here. Let's change this actually to 50,000. Now we've done that, let's connect the thermal water up. Helps if I connect it up. So we're now making more. Perfect. That reassures me. Because if that process stops, we stop getting the ores, and if we stop getting the ores, we stop getting the metals, and yeah, it's a whole problem. So I've done thermal water thermal water, and we've done the mineral catalyst. Now we're going to do washing for geodes. Already got the washing plants that I want. Yeah. And let's head up this way. Now, let's go over here. I'm only planning on having like one full stack of geodes come through this way. Say full stack, one full belt is what I mean. Let's bring it up this way. Yes, it does work. Fan dabby dozy. Maximum length as well. Love that. Okay, and let's come this way. And then we'll bring the geodes this way. Okay. So let's get rid of these, and these, and these. You can remove this tag now. Remember to do it, and I'm also going to remove this one. Yep, that stopped completely because the wood is full. How's the wood down here? Science has stopped, I've noticed. And this is because the iron has stopped. Alright. Science is dead. But we will have science in not next episode, the episode after. That's the plan. So what we're going to do to wash for geodes is really straightforward. What we need is to select this recipe, washing for geodes. Now we just need 40 heavy mud water every 4 seconds, and then regular water. That's fine. So we need to make heavy mud water, which is this first one, and this makes 200 every 5 seconds, and this needs 40 every 6 seconds. I hate those ratios. So right, sorry, I'm doing maths in my head. Do you know what? Don't need to. I already did this one over here. So it requires 3 of these and 15 of these. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to kind of slightly change it. And I think what we'll do is this. And copy this. To have 4 of them instead of 3. And this will give us 20 washing plants in total. Maybe a bit overkill, but yeah, I don't mind. Let's get rid of more trees, please. Now I'm going to use these. I'm going to offset one of them. Paste, 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 paste. Lovely. Yeah, that's it. We take in these and we get a certain amount of geodes back. Now we guaranteed one yellow, and we're likely to get the rest. But we will see what happens with it. So I'm gonna bring this around a little bit, bring this down. So I'm just gonna copy this, I think. So I just want to copy this and just do that. Because this is exactly what I want to do with the pipes anyway. Let you guys work over here first. What we can do as well, just drag power poles this way. Okay, now we will figure out the rest of the water bit in a bit. Now we have a bit of a problem. Now making heavy mud water gives us mud as a byproduct. So what we need to do is we need to get rid of it. So I'm just going to do this so we can use inserters. But it's fine, we can easily make it. Do you mind? Where's the rest of the underground? Okay, we'll fix that. But fortunately, there's a really nice recipe that we can use for this. We're going to use this liquefier here. It's almost like I prepared for it. It's weird. And what this does is we can create viscous mud water from regular water and mud. So we're going to take this in and make that. We're also going to use this seafloor pump somewhere. Where's this going to go? Sorry, I'm just going to make this straight. It's not ideal. But yeah, I'm going to do something like this. However, I want to use this here, which is a top-up valve. It's only going to push things through if this is less than 50% full. So it's always going to prioritize that effectively. While I'm here, let's use the other undergrounds that we're going to need. So we'll do it like that. No, like that. Cool. think that's the last one, yeah. Cool. I'm going to be super lazy and just do a long pipe like that. I'm going to just place these down too. Now we need just a regular water pump. We'll do that one here. So yeah, this is going to have all the water that we need. But yeah, it's going to prioritize that first and then go from there. Need to power the rest of this bit up. I think that's it. Okay. Let us go back to the car and get some more undergrounds. Don't know what that was. I kind of just like went off the rails there, didn't I? Let's head back down this way. And right here, stop. And grab the undergrounds. Thank you. Here come all the geodes. So pretty. Now we need to put some conditions on this. Because clearly we're not producing enough. However, once this is in full swing, which it will be not in the not too distant future, we don't want this to be full. So I want you to read this and enable this, look at everything, and if it is less than, I don't know, let's say 10,000, then you are enabled. But yeah, I feel a lot more secure about that now. We'll leave that to it. We'll have a mineral catalyst, so done washing for geodes now. Now, the next thing we want to do is circuits. We're not going to do them straight away, however, because we need to make silicon. So we're going to plan this out. Have I already planned it out? Fantastic. Go me. Am I already making silicon ore? I really hope so. Yes, I am. Am I making enough silicon ore? 15. Yeah, be fine. 2. Let's go this way. We're just going to build the train station first for the ingots and the powders. I don't have the buildings yet, but we'll go back soon. And stop. So we'll use this for one to begin with. So we can get rid of this. I don't really care about that. What's our inputs to make silicon ore? and powder. Okay. And what's this? Hydrogen chloride. That's fine, we can do that. Oh, it requires silicon input ingots as an input as well. Interesting. We don't have any of that. It's fine, we can fix that. Let's get rid of the rest of these rocks, please. So is it silicon nitride? Silicon carbide, sorry. So this is going to be silicon. Just going to do silicon like that. So we want the ore in. Yep. We also need the hydrogen chloride in, which is this. We're making hydrogen chloride. I know we are, but are we putting it into a thing to use? Yes, we are. Amazing. Then we want carbon in. And that'll be for the silicon carbide. Let's do you. Let's copy you. Then we want silicon carbide. We need silicon powder. And we need silicon ingots. Alright. Let's clear up some more of these trees and then we'll head back to the base because obviously we need all the materials. What kind of materials do we need? So we need 20 ore processors. We need a number of chemical furnaces. I'll bring one regular furnace with me as well, just to get that initial seed set up. We get byproduct of gas, so we need flare stacks, so I think I've already got flares. And then we need powderizers and more chemical furnaces. Okay. Silicon nitride. What do we need silicon nitride for? Clearly I've put it on the list. So it was ages ago now. Let's come over here. Silicon nitride. No, over here. Silicon. So I know what I need silicon powder for. I need this for like glass and like concrete and stuff. Then silicon carbide. We need this for grinding. Knew that. Silicon nitride. Oh, it's ceramics. And we need it for CPUs later on. Okay. We're not even able to make ceramics yet. But we need silicon powder first. And we make silicon powder just by crushing it, which is nice and easy. Crushing the ingots. So if we come back here and silicon nitride, just mix it with gas. Okay, that's fine. What I will do then is powder, carbide. Yeah, we'll leave the silicon nitride down here because of the need. No, it is going to be up here because we need the nitrogen. We can bring the nitrogen across. Let's get the rest of these. And essentially what we need is monosilicon. I don't think there's any other versions of silicon that we need for anything. So obviously we'll be making that, we'll be making that. This is made from monosilicon anyway. And we need monosilicon for a fair few things, especially wafers and... I'd say a fair few, not that much. But yeah, we'd still need it, don't we? Okay. Let's go back to the base and pick up all the things that we need. I did replace some of these, but I didn't have enough assemblers on me at the time, so let's replace that one. Oh, hello. Okay, pretty sure that you don't have any more slag left. That's fine. Remove that. And I can get rid of that silo. It's all done. So, first things first, more rail. Let's do that. Let's put you guys in here. I don't need you anymore. As well as you. And you. Cool. What else? Definitely need some more belt. Let's grab all of it. Got enough undergrounds, got enough of those. Got enough silos. Got enough power cables. Alright. Let's come over this way. How many powderizers do I want? I think I want 17. 70 is in here. 20. I'll do. And then need how many chemical plants? 36 of these. How many do we have? 30. Nice. Induction furnaces later. Or processors. That's fine. How many do we have? 20. Turn back. And just need 6 of you. To make this version of silicon, because we're doing silicon Mark II, we need 6 ingots. What I'm hoping is that the silicon induction furnace that we have, or we had, I can't remember if we destroyed it or not, I'm hoping it has some in. Ooh, oh hello. That is all the stereotype gone. It's wild. How many's in here? None. How many's in here? None. Okay, cool. That's fine though. It was a nice idea. So I've got all the powders. just want to get one more blast furnace. Just to have like a seed fund, as it were. Let's grab some more lights. And one blast furnace, please. Might be useful to get the other stuff here as well. So 10 casting machines and 2 casting machines there and 4 induction furnaces. Okay. So 10. Cool. Thank you. Just get a stack. It's fine. I overproduce these anyway. And then just one of you. Perfect. We should have everything we need now. I'm going to grab, though, more of the brass undergrounds. Just because of how far we're taking the nitrogen. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Give me a second. This is going to be quite a walk to get back here, I'm sure. Alright. Let me do you. Let's get you back. Oh, you're kidding. Fine. I'm annoyed by that. And this was where the other thermal water is. Right, so I'm going to drive back to where nitrogen is. I'm going to pick my car up. So I'm going to run back towards silicon, and then I'm going to drive back and get what I need. Pull you down this way, I think. The tallest part of this structure is here. Okay. Oh, I see. We're going to do that then. This is going to have issues, I can tell. Let's copy this. Paste. 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 But yeah, it's going to complain that the pipe length is too long. Which I don't really get. If it was a fluid, I'd understand with like pressures and stuff. But it's gas. I suppose gas has pressure, doesn't it? Bound to happen. Let's come back here, however. just because we're closer to the power. Just want to make sure that there's no issue with placing them here. No, but it's fine. Cool. Yeah. Do you know what though? This is actually fine. So I was kind of thinking about building another thermal water mine. We'll do this one later on. So if I remove this one, like that, and then place the pump. And we just need to power this up. Fabulous. And we've got nitrogen just here. Now let's grab my car. Jump in. And give it its fuel. And grab the train station that I forgot. Might grab some more signals too. Ooh, hello. So busy. This is looking so much healthier, isn't it? Okay. Let's get the rail stuff now. Specifically the stations. While I'm here, do we have enough trains available too? So, obviously, I want you to grab silicon ore. Off you pop. I'm going to need you to grab hydrochloride. Empty cargo, and then not hydroxide. Yeah, hydrogen chloride. Full cargo. Off you pop. We also need carbon. Full cargo. No. Empty cargo. And then carbon. Full cargo, please. Off you pop. Anything else? Nope, those are just the inputs. And then we're going to need silicon ingots. Which we've not built the station for yet, so it's not going to recognize it. But yeah, we'll have enough for that. Right, next. Let's head back. And let's make the ingots. Let's go round. Thank you. I'm also going to copy this. I'm going to place another one, and I'm going to call this thermal water as well. However, I'm going to place a tank just here with this here, and only enable this if we have enough thermal water in it. And seeing as I'm not planning on building that just yet, it's not going to be in use for a while. That's it there. Then we can have 2 trains come here. Yeah. Cool. Let's connect some more of you guys up. Let's have some power. And let's connect you this way. Fabulous. Let's get this like that. All right, so we've done that. Now we just need to process it. So let's grab these here. You know what? I want to output on both sides. So it does require quite a bit. Okay. Is that 20? Oh, cool. Nice. Get rid of these then. I was thinking as well, I probably should have placed power cables in between everything. Never mind. Yeah, that wasn't too bad, was it? So I'll put both that side. And then process silicon, please. Nice and easy. I'm noticing a distinct lack of a hydrogen chloride train. Probably shouldn't use brass. Should have used stone, because hydrogen chloride is quite corrosive. That's why I've used stone pipes quite a bit, because I'm like, can't use like copper ones because it'll melt. And that's not how the game works anyway. That's how it feels like it should. Pipes, there we go. Like that. I need to go on a journey, so I'm pretty sure I've not connected hydrogen chloride up properly. It's in the tank, but it's not actually outputting. Ooh, 2 gardens. Let's grab these both. So this is a temperate garden. Tell me, have robots. Wonderful. It's a bad habit to drive and not pay attention to where you're going. Okay. Back up this way. And it's just here, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Marvellous. So let's come down here. You know what I might do? Pick up my car. Put the pump here. And jump in. Okay, come back here. So we've done that bit. That's it so far. We've done all of the washing for geos, so we can remove this block. We've done the aluminium, so we can remove this block too. Yeah, we've done acids. We're leaving that. We've done this block. Hello. Now, I'm actually going to do something odd, which I've never done in this game, obviously. I'm only going to enable this if it's a certain amount. So I don't have the smaller versions of these. I don't want all of the hydrogen chloride here. Hydrogen chloride, if it's less than 20,000. That's plenty for what we need. Alright, next we need to put this into 10 chemical furnaces. And that's okay. What I've just realized as well, what might have been a better idea is we needed 20 ore refineries. Like, yeah, 20 of these. We only need 10 of these, so it's a 2-to-1. Could have looked better. It'll be fine for now. Okay, so we are gonna bring things in like that and like that. Keep a gap between these two, and let's figure out how we're doing this. So we need to make this production first. Okay. Let's do that horizontal thing there. Let's do that horizontal thing there as well. I'd like to keep it on the same side, please. Yeah. Now, if I copy this, that is exactly what I expected to happen. However, we don't need it like that. Let's copy this again. Yeah. How many's here? I've done too many, haven't I? Yeah. Let's get rid of you. And then that's 10. Okay. Let's head this way. I feel like these could be closer together. Let's figure this out properly. Let's get rid of the rest of you guys. It's 10, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. So we'll do that. Now if we copy this, because it's only using 2 rather than the 3 as before. And then if I do that and just remove these. Nope. Can you stop, please? Yeah, so it's all connected now. Okay, go over to the hydrogen. I'm going to bin this. We have no use for it. How much will we be making? 100 a second. That's fine, it's just one flare stack then. Let's use brass for the interconnector bits because otherwise the stone's too short. Let's do that, that. Do that instead. That's better. Nope. Just that. Okay. Yep. Connect you up there, and then connect you like that. Okay. Let's come this way, like this, and like that. Oh, you've all got stuff in it now. Now let's do this to this, and this to that. Why aren't you powered on? And then do the same here. And then the same here. Wonderful. So we've done this process here, but we need a seed silicon ingot first. So let's grab just one stack of these for now. Just going to put a blast furnace here. Silicon ingots. I'm going to have a little bit of carbon. Thank you. Happy with that much. Put you in there. Now, the next step, we are going to use carbon. Can these stretch? Please tell me they can. Ah. It's fine. It's not. I'm not happy. But it was fine. Oh. Because we're making further ingots further down the line here. Okay. So step 2 is to make these 14 silicon ingots. Okay. Let's come up here, I think I want to do. Let's change the recipe to this. So it needs the stuff in it. And let's say it does that and that. I want it to have the seed come in this way. So it's going to pick up like this. But it's going to output loads. How many is it going to output for us? 117. So this is 3 belts worth. Okay. So let's do something like this then, shall we? Where it does that. We copy this. Again, we do something very similar. We'll do that. And then we only need to do that, right? We're going to do this slightly different though. We'll do that. So we're going to get it to output on this side too. Now for this side, I'm going to get it to do it on this. The rest of the time we don't need to do anything like that. It'll be fine. So we are going to have silicon ingots here. I think I want to export them on both sides though. Nope. Let's go further up. Like that. Yeah. Cool. However, I connect these to the circuit network? Can I enable these? Yes, amazing. Enable these if the silicon ingot is greater than that. Otherwise, they should not be working. Now we're going to have 3 inputs like this. And we're going to have 1 output like that. We also need an output for these 2. Though, it may make more sense sorry, I'm just figuring out at the minute, just trying to work out how I want to do this. Yeah, we don't need to double it on both sides, do we? No. Don't need to. We're gonna. He says, and then he immediately deconstructs it. Okay. So, we'll do this. Marvelous. So that should work as I expect. Okay. Let's get all this silicon out this way. Use the brass like that. Okay, cool. And now we're going to do like that. Oh, so you've all got the stuff you need. I've got 48 on me. And 48 into 6 is 9. No, it's not. It's 8. So I can do that. Now all of that's going to go in there and immediately come back out. And obviously that's a lot more than 48. Going to take a little time for it to cycle through properly, so there's going to be enough. But yeah, that's looking better already. Now let's go on to step 2. So we want loads of silicon powder. So I'm going to place a couple of these. 3 of these, actually, I think. all of these are going to have that same condition. Because I'd never want this to have less than 1,000 in. Because it's needed to obviously continue making this. We're already past that mark anyway, which is fan-dabby-dozy. So this is silicon ingots. What is happening here? That's silicon powder. What am I doing? Remove that. Remove that. Remove this. Not entirely sure what happened there. This is ingots. Right. Let's remove this one. Remove this one. Connect this back up. You are going to go there. Okay. Let's remove you to go there instead. And I would like to do you 3 coming out like that. Well, that one's not going to work, is it? So it has to be this one over here instead. We can skip over these. And then just do that. Okay. Why on earth am I doing that much? We only need 2 rows of it. That'll do. It's already way too much anyway. Already have 15,000 silicon ingots. I love it. Alright, so with you guys, I want you to come this way. Yep. We are going to have... Yep, cut this so I place you there instead. Silicon powder and silicon powder. Right. Change the recipe, and we would like to use silicon powder. Amazing. All right, let's do that. Let's do that. We've got silicon powder like that. We are then going to immediately go into a silo. And we will do it like this, I think. All right. Let's limit this to 2 trains worth. Now, what do we want to do after that? We want to get some of the powder, only one of them actually, and turn them into silicon nitride. So I think we'll be doing that. We're coming out this way. I think what we'll do is we'll have it like this maybe. So we'll have that there. Does the power cables do that? Yeah, they do. How many silicon nitrides did I want? Just the 4. Cool. Then we'll be doing 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I'm going to do that. And then want to do that, I think. Because silicon nitride just requires nitrogen, right? Yeah, nice and easy. However, you guys... It'll be fine on half and half belt, actually. We needed a bit more. So we'll do this. And that. We need the silicon nitride for polishing. Ooh, that's quite a lot, actually. Let's use the books for this. Silicon carbide, yep. Let's place one of you down. I've not actually placed it down, have I? So for the silicon nitride. I think silicon nitride is going to go around here instead, which is fine. Okay. Place this down. And go like that. We're going to have you come out this way. Let's copy you guys. We'll do that and that. A full row. So we don't need that much, I don't think. Alright, let's power all this up. do it like that. Just trying to be mindful of the outputs, because we'll need the nitrogen gas for this. So if I just copy... Yeah, we're not making very much. It's still good to have. We do that, 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 and that. We just need to power these guys. And then obviously research it. Because we can't actually do anything with it right now. I think though what I'll do is have it do that. That way we can have another train station just here. And then we do that. Train station, there we go. Copy this to that and change this to nitride. Obviously we're a ways from using it, but we're getting ready for it. Yep, silicon carbide, silicon powder. This is definitely needed now. We'll be using that for concrete. We'll also use it for glass, I believe. Yeah. Okay, let's limit this to just one train's worth, please. So we've done silicon powder, we've done silicon ingots. Now we are ready to do electronics. Right. So I don't think we're actually going to build the facilities. However, we are going to build the rail stations. So let us get ready for it. My life flashed before my eyes then. We go down here. No, I don't need anything from the base right now. Got rail and I've got the stations. We're all good. We just need to head further this way. Here we go. So let's use the rail. Help me do this. Okay. head right here. Whoa, calm down. Don't jump on my keyboard like that. I know you weren't fussing. Right, let's start placing these down here. Definitely going to need more stations for sure. Realize I'm missing something. I haven't made any of the monosilicon yet. That's going to be the next episode. We'll build the monosilicon just around here. Now left quite a big space. We definitely can do like another T-junction and go this way. So what I'm thinking about instead, like over here we have obviously all the inputs and all the outputs going over there. Do we instead have, we'll call this basic circuits. We'll copy this and duplicate it. Obviously this is going to have wood. But instead of bringing in wood for the next tier, we could just like carry on almost like a mini like electronics bus perhaps. All we need here is copper wire, isn't it? So we're going to have those come in. And then all we need is basic circuits. We have everything. I think what we could do is do basic circuits and electronic circuits. So the green ones, essentially. So if they are called electronic circuits, aren't they? Yeah. So we call this electronic. So I'm going to copy. Nope, stop it. There we go. That. Do that. Because that'll be for tinned wire. That'll be for solder. That'll be for carbon. And that's everything. And when it comes to building the advanced circuits, we'll still need the tin wire, we'll still need the solder. But we can just like maybe bus them across here. Or we could have the electronics facilities here and have a bus round there. I think that's what I want to do. So that's electronic circuits. I'm probably going to leave it as that one. But here we'll change this to carbon. We'll change this one to tinned wire. Which is just here. And we'll change this one to solder. Which is just there. Okay. We are going to get rid of these for sure. say get rid of them. All the trees, I'm just going to put in a big box just for the basic circuits and electronic circuits to use. But yeah, by having the solder electronic circuits, sorry, solder, tinned wire, and carbon just there, it's really easy access just to push them down the line. Because obviously they'll need basic electronic circuits. Then we have, we go over here to our advanced circuits. Obviously we need silicon, which we've set up, and silver, which we've set up. Plastic we've not. Plastic is a little ways away. I don't know how we're going to do plastic yet, to be honest. But yeah, let's build more rail. I know I've already run out, but that's okay. So we can work on getting rid of more of the trees. And if we place these here, then we know where we're going to do advanced circuits. Yeah. Okay. So many trees, so many rocks. Ridiculous. There should be loads of trees in here as well, 17,000. But this is stopped because there's no copper. All the copper has been utilized as well. Okay. Everything's going to slow down soon. Now, while that is just working, we are going to end the episode quite soon. But I want to look at making plastic. So we do want plastic. I'm going to come over here. And I'm going to select whatever level of plastic I can do. No, we don't smelt it. We use petrochemical. So we don't have plastic 2 yet. How come? Let's have a look here. Let's look at plastics. So we could have used plastic 2. I think we still will, to be honest. I'm going to enqueue it. And I'll just manually feed the signs in between episodes. So let's produce plastic. With that. How much do I want? So I think ultimately 1 red belt. I feel we need a fair amount. We're going to use the blue assemblers for this. Robots have stopped, so let's move them down a bit. And we're going to be using plastic 2 recipe. Obviously we'll use the blue chemical plants. Now naphtha I know I can get from oil, but how do we get polyethylene liquid? So we use the blue metal catalyst. What is a blue metal catalyst? Gold and titanium. Bugger me. What's plastic 3? Formaldehyde and phenol. Okay. Could we do gold and titanium? So ultimately we do need it there. How do we get gold and titanium ore is the question. So we can get gold ore from sorting rubite crystals and bobmonium crystals. And how do we get titanium? we do it from sorting sapphirite crystals and critinium crystals. Okay. I don't like any of that. Right, let's come back to this. So look at the titanium again. So sapphirite, what else will it give us? Just titanium. Just titanium. I was just wondering, because I want cobalt too. That's just Jivalite. Okay. Alright. That seems like a task. Let's go back to the planning. This, we can do that, but I feel like we want to do something different. Let's do plastic 1 then. So we've already been doing plastic 1. It works. There's probably more efficient ways of doing things. Now, how do we make all of this? Now, we can use naphtha and red metal catalyst, which is easy. Or we can do methanol. We get residual gas. I'd prefer to do that, because then there's no byproduct. Okay. We can use the Mark III steam crackers, though, which is quite a lot of power. Okay. How are we getting naphtha? Is there a way to get more of it than we need? Just naphtha would be amazing. Synthesis gas. Okay. How do we make synthesis gas? Okay. It seems more useful for that first. Alright. Back to the recipe here. How do we make synthesis gas? Because that's just carbon monoxide we can do fairly easily, I think. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. How do we get synthesis gas? So we need to crack residual gas. Okay. Can we just make residual gas? From oil residues. Okay. Can we just get oil residues? No, it's a byproduct. Of course it is. And that's a lot of work as well, just to get plastic. We need to do something. Maybe synthesis gas isn't the way to go. Maybe we do something where we separate out oil. This looks pretty good, actually. Gives us more naphtha. Just requires a little bit more hydrogen. How many? 103. Wild. We can do it, of course. Okay. Let's say, for example, though, we do this at, I don't know, I don't want to do 103. Maybe I want to do 75 or thereabouts. We still need this amount. So we could potentially use the synthesis gas by using those residuals. So if we put these up a bit, yeah, get that from you, and we drop you to the bottom. Oh, you to the bottom. No, 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 no. It's how you can't, like, divide it up. So I've already said I want to use this at about 75%. Maybe we do... Yeah, if we remove that, that, and that. So we're going to make 19. Okay. So if I add to this, we use this, and we use that. So 19. So we want, what, 40% of that? Maybe a little bit higher, 45? Yeah, that's fine. So we'll give us a little bit more here. Now these numbers look a hell of a lot more reasonable, don't they? I say that. There's still so many refineries. But doesn't use nearly as much power. We get, obviously, an excess of base mineral oil and fuel oil, which we could use for coolant, which is quite nice. Steam is easy. Carbon monoxide is relatively easy. So let's do... Yeah, do that. So that's relatively easy. It feels like it needs more residual gas, it's telling me, is that right? Well, in that case, we'll be reducing this amount, won't we? So this is also going to be about 43%. Isn't it? If we change this to 100%. Yeah, there we go. 100% of you. So that'll give us... We'll need to reduce this amount. Oops, damn it. Let's do that one again. Yep. Again, 43% of that. Okay. essentially we don't want an input like that. So this needs to reduce further then. But why is this reduced down here? I'm confused. So let's increase this to 220%. 240? 235? 230? Yeah, so this thing is going to be a slight increase, okay. And then need this to be about 100%. 293, okay. So this needs to reduce slightly. It is going to balance. I know it's going to balance. I can feel it. It's just going to take a lot of fiddling about, I think. Anywho, let's get rid of the rest of these trees. I wonder if there's any, like... Yeah, Bobs and Angels isn't that kind, is it? Where it says how to do oil in a nice, efficient way. So we don't have, like, Factorio cheats to tell you the perfect ratios for everything. Gotta guess. So let's change these to advanced circuits. So here we're going to have plastic eventually. We can have silicon wafer. But we'll just bring monosilicon, it'll be easier. And then we'll have silver wire. I think that's all it needs, right? Back to here. Yeah, that's all it needs. Oh, we still need all the boards and stuff, don't we? Yeah. Let's copy these. So here we'll need copper. We'll need tin. We'll need phenolic boards. Where are they? You over here? No? Over here? Yes. Phenolic boards. And then we'll need another one. This can be ferric chloride solution. Go back to the map view like this. Let's connect all the rail up. Yeah, that's everything we need, right? So in the next episode, we have to decide what we're going to do next. Got a few things to do. We have silicon, monosilicon to do. We also have to do wheel fields. We then have to do oil processing, plastic, and that's yeah, we need to advanced circuits are going to be before that for sure. Silicon wafers need to come down because Can't do silicon wafers without monosilicon. So that's where we're at. Love how much I played already. Definitely need a flamethrower though to clear it faster. But yeah, I think that's where we're going to be at. Where are we going to do oil? That's the oil field. Does it make sense if I take this, get the T-junction? Does it make sense if I do it, a T-junction right here? Move it there. I'm not sure it makes sense to go there. What about them? It goes here. I think that makes sense. And we can have it go in through here. So when I attack that oil, I could potentially just build a train station here to collect the oil. And then do oil processing elsewhere, maybe just here. Keep it out of the way. Also gives us a really large footprint to work with if we do it here. We also have really close access to coal, for steam. Is this where we're doing oil? I think it is. Okay. We've definitely got a lot to do. There is more than I thought we needed to do, to be honest, because I was hoping next episode we do electronics, they're all sorted, and then the episode after we do science, and finally have a dedicated science area, which is probably going to be down here, I think, or maybe around here. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I felt like we needed a better science solution than what we have already. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Next episode is oil. It's going to be oil. We're going to tackle it and figure it out, because it's going to give me a headache. I am sure of it. But no, if you've enjoyed this episode and you want to see more of oil, come along to the next one. You take care.